How we doing, guys? What's going on, Julian? What's up, Chin? Mr. M1, Anthony Fauci, Patrick D. How we doing, guys? Oh. You're on the live stream. What's up? Are you here? Are you here?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll come open the door.
Okay, bye.
Right. I will be right back. What's up, guys? What's up, Noah? What's up, Ski and Mason? What's up, Ron? Thursday stream. Yeah. Because the previous Wednesday was Christmas, then this Wednesday was New Year's Day. So I was like, I don't really know if people are going to be like wanting to stream. So yeah, I did a little Thursday stream. What's up, David? What's up, Devin? Sad day for the core shot. It happens, I guess, but it's all fixed. It's all good. It's been 2 weeks. I guess we took 1 week off. We took the Christmas week off, so. What's up, AI, the skiing guy? Eric, love your videos. My wife says I'm too old and uncool to be in the squad. That is 100% not true, man. There's no age limit on being in the squad, and yeah, you don't have to be cool or lack of cool or all are welcome. What's up, Gwendolyn? Yeah, I had to rearrange my room, Ron. It's kind of nice because now I look out the window, I guess. Skis are tools, not jewels. That is true. Yeah, I mean, it was unfortunate. I think it was a freak sort of thing. Like, I don't think it was a standard rock that I hit because it felt like whatever I ran over, it like kind of grabbed my ski and like really pulled it. Like when you hit a rock, a lot of times, unless it's more of like a cliff, right, the rock kind of moves with you. This felt like whether it was some sort of something stuck on a log, or someone said maybe it was like a metal pole, I don't know, but this was up and it just really ripped it out. So, but as I said in that video, I've been pretty lucky over the years. I've never really had a core shot, to be honest, like that. So I'm pretty lucky. Video on Empire was good. Thank you. Glad you liked the Empire video. We put out a video yesterday, then we put out a new video this morning from Empire opening day. What's up, Jake? Yeah, it was great to see you, man. That was a fun day. I'm working on that video. There are requirements for the stroke squad. What are the requirements, Chris? I think the best jump to learn a 360 on is like a cat track type of deal, where you're coming up perpendicular to the cat track, so you're kind of already 90 degrees, so you kind of just have to do like a 270, if that makes sense. So that was how I really learned. I helped my friend who's a snowboarder learn that way too. It's just, You only have to really get 270 degrees, so. But that was a very long time ago, I guess. So yeah, that's why I like those kind of jumps. Because the hardest part about a 360 for a lot of people is that it's the one trick where, not the one trick, but it's blind. Like in order to really do a 360, you completely lose your landing. So a lot of people get kind of frozen up at that point. They want to like keep looking at the landing. So that's why 180 is easy, because you can just look at the landing the whole time. But to really commit to a 360, you have to lose track of the landing and really commit to it. So I'm not sure about tomorrow, Garrett. It'd be cool to go to Snow Basin, but I don't have any plans to go to Whistler skiing, Mason. Those stick power runs were cool. Oh yeah, Happy New Year. What's up, Lewis? Thoughts on Vale and the Ski Patrol strike? Is the PC strike over yet? I don't believe it's over yet. What's up, Trevor Duran? Snow's not really that low, to be honest. I think we're just below average. I mean, we've had better years, but yeah, a lot of stuff in like the Cottonwoods are skiing really great. So snow really isn't that bad in Utah. You ever mess with your bindings? I got a smaller size boot this year and got them remounted to fit, and the heel piece slides off the rail. That doesn't sound right. What do you mean? Really, there should be a little bit of adjustment with the bindings. But I don't think it shouldn't slide off the rail. I think I might have rode the chair with you at Empire. Hell yeah. Thoughts on Vale and the Ski Patrol strike? I think I've gotten this question a few times, and I'll give you my honest opinion on it. I think it's a complex situation, and I think what they're asking for, what happened was there was kind of months of failed negotiations, meaning they joined, they created a union, and they wanted better wages, better overall working conditions, and Vale basically didn't meet their demands, so they went on strike. What they're largely picketing for, and what you'll see on TikTok and Instagram, is $21 to $23 an hour. And so a lot of people are saying, what do you mean? Vale makes all this money, they can't afford to give them a $2 an hour raise. It's a little bit more than that. What they're asking for, number one, is the base pay for like starting out 23 an hour. Right. So that's the first thing. Second thing, that where I get confused with it, is they want a living wage in Park City. And I think it's a bigger question or problem, because most anyone who works in Park City can't afford to live in Park City. So there's no doubt that the patrol need to be paid more. They're the most important personnel on the mountain. Not only do they have medical training, they're able to stabilize and transport people in blizzard conditions while being expert skiers. So they deserve to get compensated appropriately. The point that I'm bringing up is, in order to live in Park City and make a living wage, it's well above six figures. So I don't know what, even if you give them 23 an hour starting, which they should, it's not a living wage in Park City. So I don't know what exactly is going to come of the whole negotiation. I guess that's my deal. It just seems like there's two different things at play. My mom's a head nurse at Intermountain Hospital in Park City with 30 years of experience, and she can barely afford to live here. So I think the bigger problem is just the cost of living in Park City is so high. So anyways, that's my thought on it. I mean, made the first rocker camera rocking them out of JJ. Yeah, the dude who created the JJ went over to Black Crow, I believe. The one who designed the JJ. For once, it's better in Montana. Yeah. for a good 14 skier. You're talking about what skis? You got a camera this season. Nice, man. What kind of camera did you get? What's up, MR2? Launched off a jump and landed in a river. Is Snowbird supposed to get snow soon? I think they just got 9 inches today. I'll check. But yeah, they just got a storm. Yeah, they're supposed to get like another 16 inches. What skis do you recommend for me? I'm 14 and good at skiing. Well, what kind of stuff do you ski? Are you a park skier? Are you an all mountain skier? Do you want a powder ski? Do you want a groomer ski? You don't know, you got a camera, but you don't know what it is. You mean you got like a GoPro? Or you got like a bigger camera? Salomon QST Spark, good for all mountain. The QST is a great all mountain ski for sure. I usually use Open Snow skiing, Mason. I think they have pretty accurate forecasts and stuff. There's a lot of they continually add new features and stuff. I've never tried DPS Shred Ted. Ted Liggety's on DPS now this year, but yeah, I've never tried them. They're expensive skis. Yeah, 22 an hour is very, very low. There's no doubt about it. How was it, MR2? Just checked to our hotel. First day at Sierra Tahoe. How's it snow in Tahoe? I haven't really checked in on Tahoe, to be honest. Yeah, I mean, I'd probably get somewhere like if you're 14. I would think you're a little bit on the lighter side, so you can get away with anywhere from 100 to 110, like Robert's saying. Maybe the Nordica Enforcer 104. It's not really a full twin tip ski, but the Dynastar M Free 108's a good one. What's going on, Mark? Main resort, Sugar Bowl. Nice, 10 inches. Sugar Bowl's a fun resort. Yeah, dedicated followers. I agree, Ron. People who use Black Crow love them. They're sweet skis for sure. What's up, Jerry? How did the base weld? No problems. Everything stayed in. So I'd be curious to see what happens if I hit it again. But yeah, the base weld has stayed intact. The double ejection. Firm in the morning, soft in the afternoon. Not great. Are you going to go to other mountains, MR2, or are you just skiing Sierra Tahoe? Best strategy to hit multiple resorts. I mean, I just have the Epic and Icon Pass, so that's definitely the best, I would say, strategy is, you can buy the Icon Pass, buy it ahead of time so you don't pay like the regular pricing. Go to a place that has all those mountains. Like you can buy the Icon Pass and ski basically every mountain in Utah on the Icon Pass. You can buy the Epic Pass and ski a lot of mountains in Colorado that are all close by. So that's really the best way to do it. So I definitely wouldn't really get a season pass to a single mountain unless like you're really only skiing that mountain. But you can get an Icon Pass. You have unlimited days to Mammoth, unlimited days to Solitude. You know, just 7 days at a lot of other places, which is plenty. So that's my thing. And then for me, I guess personally, it's part of what I do. So it's really just a business expense. I can deduct it from, my taxes at the end of the year, the season pass. So we have the Sierra Pass. All the terrain open. That's good. That's good at least. Yeah, you can name some resorts. Ask if I'm gonna go to them this year. I don't think I'm gonna go to many other resorts this year, but I think a little bit, and like I want to make it clear that I support the ski patrol and what they're petitioning for. I like to think about things, and I think there's just multiple sides to it. But I think just traditionally, ski patrollers, lift attendants, right? 30 years ago, it was a lot different. It was from a lot different position when people were taking those jobs. It also wasn't so prohibitive to live in the ski towns, right? So I think there's just been a shift in what it means to be a patroller, and obviously just the cost of living in these towns have went up. That the pay, I mean, let's just talk most jobs in the world. I mean, most people haven't they don't get a raise to scale with the increased costs of living in the past 4 years. It's just the reality of it. So, but you can't have a mountain without ski patrollers, right? You can't do it. They won't be replaced with AI. You can't just say we don't need patrollers. So it's part of safety and being able to operate the mountain. There's no one who knows Park City Mountain better than the patrollers who train here. They know which way the aspects face. They know where the overhead dangers are, right? And even bringing in other patrollers, yeah, they can maybe stabilize and transport people, but they haven't spent time on the mountains like these patrollers have, But yeah, again, I support what they're petitioning for, but that's why the people who own houses and property in these ski towns, they're business owners, they're business executives. I mean, a part of it is that's just how the world works. It's like you need to make $1 million to live in these places. So what do you have to do to make $1 million? I'm not saying there needs to be a place that houses and allows people who work here to live here, right? But yeah, I'm glad you liked the tutorial, Anthony. I would love to ski Japan someday, but I don't have any plans to. Yeah, it's a really high, exactly. As they age out of their early 20s, you have to pay them. Yeah, 100%, Robert. That's what I said. I mean, to transport and stabilize someone, on the mountain with skis on in a blizzard, right? And then bring them down, like, that's a very, very highly skilled position. And I think, like I said, I just think 20 years ago, they're stuck at a wage that's 20 years old, if that makes sense, So And there's obviously a disconnect between Park City patroller pay and like Deer Valley, for instance, or Solitude. Like and that's where you know another side of me. I don't know enough about the situation. I don't know what the pay is. I don't know what the current union deal is. When you join a union, you have dues that come up, right? You have to pay to be a part of the union, and that's after you pay taxes. So by joining a union, you also get less take home pay, right? So I don't know all the details. I don't know what other patrollers get paid. I don't know what Park City, I don't know what they're asking for. So, am I in support of the patrollers? Absolutely, of course, but I just like to have, I just think you need to have all the information too. I mean, and the reality, the sad part of it, and again, you guys asked my opinion, so I'm giving it to you, is skiing's a business. I mean, skiing's a business. They have to make money, so they're not just out here like, I don't even know how much it costs to operate a ski resort. Blue to easy blacks. You can ski like the Motherlode and Silverlode side on Park City Mountain Village side. That's a good area for blue to blacks. Canyon side, there's a lot of really nice intermediate groomers. You can go to Peak 5 as well for more black diamond stuff. Park City's really great for like intermediate blues and blacks, to be honest. Sneaky Pow Day, nice. Yeah, I was kind of surprised when Snowbird reported like 9 inches or something. They can't buy a place in Bozeman. Yeah, that's where that's where there's a disconnect for me. Is just, are you ever going to see housing go down in these ski towns? I mean, I have a hard time believing it's going to go down to being able to buy a house for 150 grand. I mean, I don't, it's just so absurd. Yeah. I mean, I can't afford to live here with what I do. Insta360, nice AI. Yeah, I agree, Ron. The resort's gonna have to, rather than build like another 5-star hotel or another, shopping, retail, lodge center, build some employee housing, right? Or yeah, I know like Alta is one of the mountains where they actually they have a lot of there's a lot of workers who work at Alta who stay up in, there's like a whole employee housing section. One, because it's so hard to get to Alta in a storm, but people are like, they live up there. So yeah, provide and build and provide housing. But I agree. The flip side is then you're subject to what are they going to put 8 people in like, a hostels or a hostels type housing system? I mean, it's always such a slippery slope when you get into that sort of stuff too, because you could also say, well, the town should subsidize some sort of housing, right? And Park City shouldn't allow a condo to double in price in 4 years when 2020 the thing was 300 grand and now it's 700 grand. So does the municipality get involved and say, I don't. But then you're talking about price control and rent control and stuff like that. And then it's like, well, where does it start? Where does it end? I mean, my favorite pow skis are probably my White Walker 121 Dawson. Far skiers left on Canyon side, Orange Mountain up to Condor, Upper Boa. That's all good areas too. Absurd cost to operate a ski resort. High risk operation being seasonal and with variable conditions. 100%. That's why like there's a lot. There's a lot of sides to it, and you know. Life is complex. Life is very complex. There's never just one side to something. Opinion on DPS skis. They're sweet. I've never used them. They're pricey. I've never really even touched them or anything like that, but I don't know. Gary and Mason are goats. Have a good night, man. School districts are building housing for their teachers. Yeah, I mean, like I mentioned, my mom's a nurse here at Intermountain, which is like the big hospital in Park City. So, and she does same day surgery. So, say something, she's saying like this past week has been crazy. People breaking their tibia and fibia from skiing. They got to come in and have surgery right away. That's like where she works. And the other day she was there for, 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. taking care of people. And she said some of the nurses have to end up like sleeping up there because if it's snowing or whatnot, like they live so far away because they can't afford to live here. But then they're here, literally saving people's lives, putting bones back together. So, I mean, it's just a continuous problem. I mean, that's. And like all of Vail's balance sheets and stuffs are, public information. So revenue grew 0.66% on a year-over-year basis. Loss of $4.61 per share on revenues of $260 million. Yeah, I mean that's the whole other side of it is there's people who likely make the same as some of these patrollers, arguably went into debt for a trip, and then showed up here and had like the worst experience ever. I'm not. It's. I don't blame the strike because if you're gonna do it when it hurts the most and where it has the most impact. But there's tons of people who came out here. Again, probably put a trip on a credit card, right? And I was paying 30% interest on it to ski, sit in lines. So that's why I said it sucks for everyone involved. Like, obviously the patrollers are not getting compensated adequately. People who came out here to go ski who are like so excited for their one ski trip a year, they had an awful time. So I hope that they can reach some sort of agreement, where you can start to get the mountain open up, patrollers are happy, and people can enjoy their ski experience because that's why you do it. You spend all this money to go ski and then that happens, like leaves a bad taste in your mouth. So the meetup this year, August McGuire, is March 8th and 9th is the official meetup dates, March 8th and 9th. DPS on sale. There you go. You get a 5C quiver of K2 Vocal for a single DPS. Very true. Yeah, year-round workers doing heavy lift maintenance. And I'm sure they just lose money in the summer too. I mean, there's no way that by bike parks and operating stuff. But if you're for those who are interested, you can read all about Vail, the company, how they performed, where they make their money, all that sort of stuff. Please address the avalanche danger. Stoke Squad hoodie. Wayne received the beanie. Hell yeah, Shane. Love that. Yeah, avalanche danger in Utah right now is extremely high. Our snowpack is really shit. We are basically set up on a bunch of sugar, and so as soon as you start to load that with heavy snow, wind, there's really no stability. So unfortunately, I think it's going to be a year where you might hear of people dying in the backcountry because it's that bad. And the problem with the bad snowpack is it's really hard to reverse it. One of the good things with BC right now is that they have a really solid snowpack. It's set up nicely, and so now any snow they get on top of that, they can manage correctly, efficiently, and continue to enjoy it. But us right now in Utah, that's why this storm was nice, but the problem with the storm was that it was really windy and it was warm. So the three ingredients when it comes to an avalanche, right, are rising temperatures or changing temperatures, wind, and heavy snow. So we had really all three of those, and yeah, I think you're going to need to be really patient in Utah. Even mountains like Elton, Snowbird, high avalanche danger in those mountains. You just don't think about it because patrol controls it, Cardiff snowcraft skis. I don't, Chase. Never heard of that. Go to Monarch. Big Sky loses money staying open generally all of April, but they do it because they're chill. Yeah, I guess unless you have the backing and the means to do it, if a business just loses money every year, eventually they're not going to be able to stay open, right? That's just not how the world works. But I don't think the patrol gets enough credit. Some people I met think they just sit in their little cabin, just wash up skiers. Yeah, well, anyone who's any sort of experienced skier knows that ski patrol, just how much ski patrol does. So that's just sort of ignorance and naivety, but the only reason we can enjoy the mountains is because of ski patrol, So that's why I'm saying there's a lot of it is this lack of knowledge on all aspects, right? You have people who don't really understand what ski patrol does, and they think they just sit up there and go throw some dynamite. You have people who don't really understand how pricey it is to live in a ski town. You have people who don't really understand what it means to operate a ski business and run a mountain as big as Park City. So that's why it's easy to, and then you see something on social media and you're like, oh, what? Vail's not paying them $2 more an hour. There's a lot more moving pieces on all regards of it, Biggest mistake beginner skiers make when trying to learn parallel turns: not putting enough pressure on their downhill leg. A lot of times when someone tries a parallel turn, they don't want to get out of that snow plow triangle, kind of come around. But the only way you can really loosen up that inside leg is to really commit your weight on your downhill outside leg. So the helmet sticker is $7 AI. I agree with you, Shred. That's why I'm not always personally, I'm not really in the camp of of screw like these big companies because again, I remember, you get one season pass, you ski one mountain your whole season. So, I could argue that Vail and Altera have made skiing more accessible because you can get this pass and you can ski multiple places, So the fact that I've just in the past 3 years is I can, buy a pass and go ski all these mountains, I think is great. 2 avalanche deaths in the Wasatch. Really? I didn't know that. Next thing I looked that up. I Fatalities. Wow, you're right. New Year's Eve and 12/28. Wow. A solo split boarder. 20 feet from the surface. But he was by himself. Oh, that is so bad. Be by yourself and then another one. Oh man, I didn't know that. Oh. 117 inches, nice to date. I actually got a call from a is it Great Northern? Great Northern. Yeah, Great Northern Powder Guides, which is a cat skiing operation in Whitefish. So we just talked a little bit, but there's potential of me going up there to do some cat skiing in Whitefish in February. Yeah, Great Northern Powder. I personally don't believe that. I mean, I don't think if you went out on the mountain and you scanned your ticket, I don't think you should be refunded for that. I mean, they have, you can see what's open every day. I mean, all that sort of stuff. They make it easy where you can move your stuff around. So, skiing and YouTube has been my full-time job for the past 2.5 years now, but I've kind of transitioned into some other jobs to help earn more money for what we've been talking about. So I've took a finance job back in October, so not really as full-time as I was before. What's up, Eddie? Yeah, 20 feet is insane. Think of how deep that is. There's actually, I'm going to link it to you guys because Utah, I mean, most states have their own avalanche center, but they actually detailed it really, really nicely, and they show you pictures on the avalanche. 300 wide by 400 long. I mean, there's just no way. I just don't know why you'd be solo. That's why I don't backcountry ski, because I do everything solo. On New Year's Eve, a solo split boarder. And then the way they found them was another party in that area saw a single track into an avalanche debris and called them, and they found them. he had a beacon on, but what's the point if you're not with anyone? You have, what, 7 minutes before you're dead? Yeah, the cat scheme would be cool. I definitely would do it. It's just, I don't know. You know, it's the details got to line up and all that sort of stuff, but I told him I'm interested. Rained 2 inches in one day. Holy shit. That's the problem with the East, man. It's just inconsistent. You know, you'll get some snow, but then, yeah, it'll rain the next day. So, Skeet-Hanging Valley, nice. Yeah, Aspen has had such a good year. I've never skied in the Northeast, no. Yeah, it's a good point, Drew. I don't even own a beacon. Like, I don't even own a beacon personally, so I don't ever carry one. But yeah, it's definitely not a bad idea. We talked about bringing them up because we're doing a BC trip in February, so talked about wearing beacons because I'll be in a group there. So, and those mountains are just even more gnarly. But yeah, typically, like, yeah, when I ski in Utah and stuff, I don't carry don't have a beacon. Dawson, welcome to Stoke Squad. Thank you, my friend. Yeah, Shane, if I went up there, I'd certainly hit Whitefish. I would make a trip out of it for sure. I'm trying to see where. But Whitefish isn't on any of the passes, if I'm directions, if I remember correctly. But yeah, it's up there. Hell, it's almost close to Fernie. 10 hours and 40 minutes for me to drive there. But the details were a little wonky, if I'm honest. They're like, we can get you a really good deal on it. And you have your van, right? You can stay in your van. And I was like, look, if I'm going to do this and make videos, I don't want to... I'm not asking to get paid, but I'm not going to pay to go cat ski. So we'll see if it really comes to fruition. But they just saw the CMH stuff, and then that's how they, you know, got into that. But... oh, it's close to Glacier National Park. That's up there. Yeah, we'll see. Chris Nani, thank you for the $9.99er. Happy New Year. Happy New Year, my friend. Have you been out much or what? Crest the Butte failed because of the elevation. Yeah, I mean, it just takes time to get used to. I mean, exercise, hydration, usually it all comes from dehydration, so electrolytes, water. But don't feel bad. I mean, it's pretty normal for people. But Colorado's tough, you know. I mean, you could try to go to Utah, right? Utah's lower elevation than Colorado. California is lower. So I-70 was gnarly though. I'm stoked to hear that, man. Pow day and the lifts were ski on, no lines. Buddy pass for you makes it cheaper. Yeah, hydration is really the biggest part. And like alcohol, all that shit dehydrates you. So, if you're drinking beers after a day skiing and stuff, like that's just it's not going to help your case. So usually altitude sickness is a direct result of just dehydration. So family's hotel, that'd be nice. I mean, I'm not opposed to staying in the van. I just, yeah, there's just got to there's got to be more details ironed out. That's all. Thank you, Shred Ted. I appreciate that. Yeah, those took me a lot of time to get all those together. I think it was like 70 minutes of footage or content that I put out. The Armada jackets don't have Rico, Ron. They really don't, which I'm surprised by. At that price point and sort of what they're marketed as, you would think that all those stuffs would have Rico, so or Rico. But yeah, there's no Rico in those. What's up, Oscar? Yeah, so I work at a um, um, investment advice money management firm, and so as I bring in clients, as I bring in money, I get paid for it. So it's really a meritocracy, right? So if I don't do anything, that's fine, but I don't have a salary or anything like that. So the more time I put into it, the more I have potential to make. So that's kind of how that works. There's not really a set 9 to 5 schedule with it. Just like I don't have a set 9 to 5 schedule with the YouTube stuff. So if the skiing is good or I have a trip like the CMH one that I need to go do, then I can do that. But when the skiing's bad and there's kind of nothing going on, then, I'll stay in here, look at charts. I'll do some of my own trading and stuff like that. So, yeah, if you ski a lot, it's very easy to pay off these big passes. 15 days heading back on Monday for another 3. Beast, man. I heard, like Mammoth started off really well, and I heard it's kind of leveled out a little bit. So, yeah, people fly in same day, ski drink at the bar. Yeah. Like I said, it's not abnormal, you know. Telluride, Aspen. I mean, Colorado's tough, especially if you come from sea level or somewhere like you come from Texas to Colorado. Like it's easy to underestimate the effect of it. So, favorite resort in California is probably Mammoth. I haven't been to a ton, but I would say yeah, Mammoth is my number one, and then maybe Palisades, Sugar Bowl, Kirkwood, Heavenly. I think is kind of how I'd put mine that I've been to. Happy New Year, Evan. Yeah, that's true, MR2. California gets that sort of yeah, you can be subject to that wet storms. I will, Shane. I appreciate that. I definitely will. Hopefully, I'll hear back from him sometime this month so I can make a plan because we kind of had a fine window to make it happen because I'm trying to do it after my BC trip before the Stoke Squad meetup, so it has to be done kind of like right at the end of February. Um, so yeah, we'll do. I'm kind of optimistic about it. Like it sounded like it's gonna happen, but I told them I'd want to do 2 days because I have two different programs, and I don't know. Dawson, join the membership with the wrong account. 12 inches last year. Three weeks to adjust the elevation. Yeah. It takes time. It takes time. I mean, where would you recommend skiing? I mean, I don't like where are you at? Are you on the East Coast? Are you in Utah? I think probably some of the best skiing is in British Columbia right now. Um, Montana's pretty good. Jackson Hole's been great. I mean, the Cottonwoods are good. Core shots add character. What's up, Jay? How you doing, man? How many days you at? GoPro Max 2 will not be out. It will be out for the next ski season. I mean, I grew up on the East Coast, Chris. I grew up in Syracuse, New York. But I think your question pertains to skiing, and I've never skied on the East Coast. What's up, Greg? Really love skiing as much as your videos make it seem. Your video editing is outstanding. Thank you, broke the algorithm. Yeah, of course I love skiing, man. I mean, I've grown up my whole life doing it. So just now it's turned into, yeah, I ski to make the videos, right? So it's a lot different how I ski now compared to if I'm just out there skiing just to ski, which I haven't done in 5 years at this point, but 24 days, no streak, had to take a few weeks off last month, back at it. Yeah, honestly, what you did last year was insane. So 24 days is still very solid. Best thing about Mammoth is the wind. Yep, the wind buff. That's true. Any series work can be the best anywhere on a given day. Very true, AI. And that's the thing, like any resort, right? If you catch it in good conditions, they're going to be like, holy shit, that's the best resort ever. And, same vice versa. If you catch it on a bad day, you're like, man, that place sucks. So, how many words a minute can you type? I have no idea, Jerry. I'm not really a fast typer. I would say I'm like just an average typer, you know. But I don't know. I don't know. I don't even know what fast words per minute is. Are those 192 redeeming for how much? To be honest, Anthony, I mean, I haven't used them in the conditions that I envisioned, right? I mean, I'm using them in basically bumps, moguls, and trees, which, yeah, the 192, 116 in moguls is like not where you'd want to use that ski. So I haven't really gotten like a big pow day with them. I could only imagine going down something like Great Scott on a pow day. They'd be great. So they take a lot of work, but I think they're making me stronger and a better skier. So TBD right now. That's why I haven't gotten rid of my 185s, but I'm handling them better than I thought. I was very scared, to be honest, of them, and they are doing better. So Liam Lawson over Yuki. Yeah, to be honest, man, I thought Yuki was going to get this spot. I read an article that said Liam showed better race pace than Yuki in less race, he has less experience. So the thing with Red Bull, dude, is you just never know. I mean, he could be replaced halfway through again. So I think Ferrari's going to be strong. I think McLaren's going to be really strong. What's up, Tim Smith? I've seen an uptick in your excitement to ski. Job or not? Yeah, I mean, it's been good because I haven't put out as many videos, so yeah. I'm 5'10", 190 pounds. So I would say I'm pretty average height, but I got some weight to me, so I'm 5'10", 190. I'm at 60 words per minute, 90 in college. How many days do I ski a season? Last year I probably, was it last year? Last year I probably skied about 50. The year before that I probably skied about 75. This year maybe I'll get 50. I'll probably get a little bit less than 50, to be honest. So I've never skied like 100 days in a season or anything like that. And before YouTube, I was probably getting, when I was in grad school, I'd probably get 20 days a season. So not a ton of snow in the forecast. Oh. What's up, Mike? Pumped for the BC trip. Oh, hell yeah. What two skis am I bringing? I'll probably just bring my White Walker 116 and White Walker 121s. Last year I brought two pairs of 116s. But honestly, it just depends on the conditions, but I'll definitely be bringing a 116. And yeah, I mean, if it's supposed to be deep, then bring the 121s. But if not, maybe I'll just bring two pairs of 116s again. 116s. But I'm not going to bring like my 106s or anything. And then it's really all I have is 116 and 121s. So my least favorite resort. I don't know, man. I mean, every resort's great. Some resorts that I don't particularly enjoy. Sun Valley is kind of one of them that comes to my mind. I don't know. You could say like Eagle Point in Utah. It's super small, right? Like it's not as good as other resorts. Brian Head's another one. Like Big Bear, right? I mean, I've been to those mountains, but company would you recommend for custom boot fitting in Colorado? I don't know much in Colorado, Dawson. I think Surefoot's pretty big in Colorado, but thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. Gear, camera repair videos, editing. I appreciate that. Yeah, try to add a little bit more flavor into them. Evo in Denver. First race of the season, Drew. I want to say it's at the end of March. So I'm actually going testing in about like 3 weeks. I'm going to Florida, so we'll be back in the race car in a few weeks, actually, which is crazy. Andrew, the 1 year Fisher Ranger 102, fantastic ski. True that, man. That is a great ski. That ski, the Dynastar M Free, those are some just like classic skis, man. Thank you for the 12 monthers. Park City for skiing. January 9th to 11th. Worried about the long lines in the strike. I mean, I don't have any intel on it. Last I knew is that they were like they were reopening up negotiations again. But yeah, I mean, I don't have any information on if it's going to end. Could still be going on in a week, and same situation. So, I understand you probably came just for Park City, but there's a lot of other mountains in this area. But again, I'm sure like if you have an Epic Pass or something, it's a lot different. But yeah, unfortunately, I don't have any more information. Ron Wilson says, Lucas, what is your current favorite ski? I got to go with my White Walker 116. I've been skiing that, really the past week. I guess I don't really have that diverse of a quiver. That's the problem. Like, to be honest, I don't want to ski my 106. I don't like it. I just think it's too narrow. But like when you say average day, is the White Walker 116 like a great groomer ski? No. But that's the ski I'm going to pick of what I have. I mean, I have a 106, two 116s, and a 121 really, so. Yeah, Park City's a little bit tough right now. So, they don't have a lot of patrollers, so they can't really open terrain. So there's not a lot open. My plan for the upcoming weeks. It's a good question. Deer Valley, Snow Basin. I would like to say I would ski Park City when Jupiter opens, but I don't know if that's going to happen. So I don't really have much planned to go up to Cottonwoods, to be honest, man. Maybe a Powder Mountain trip could be cool. My DINs are around 12, Richard, but that is a product of my boot size, my height, my weight, my experience as a skier. So don't put your DINs to what I put my DINs at, because we're all different. So, but yeah, usually my DINs are around 12. Trails at Snowbird. Just take the tram up, dude, and just ski down. Anything you do is going to be fun from the East Coast. The Cirque is very accessible. Like, I don't know if you're, an expert advanced skier or not, but the Cirque is fun. If you want more chill stuff, Little Cloud has some more open stuff. GAD 2 is really fun. Mineral is great. I mean, literally every zone at the Bird, short of the bottom lifts, are very fun. Ron Wilson with the 3 years, the 35-monther, dude. A long, strange trip it has been. Ron, thank you, man. 35 months is nuts. I think I've only been with my girlfriend for 4 years. So I've almost been with you as long as I've been with my damn girlfriend. But thank you, man. Got bent 110s the other day. Nice, Dawson. K2 gets a bad rep. I think K2s are great, man. K2 would probably be one of the brands I would go to if I didn't ski Armadas, to be honest. But, yeah, I don't know. Three-week trip in Colorado, Utah, Wyoming, Montana. Hopefully you have a heater, man. Heater and installation. Download the iOverlander app so you can know where to park and all that sort of stuff. Don't try to park at the ski resorts. You know, Dawson, I thought I was going to be going back there with Aspen, but I haven't really talked to them, so I think I'm running out of time. Talon, what's going on, man? How you feeling, dude? Are you still sick or what? Yeah, I was kind of joking, Brett, with my dad. I was like, man, we should have did that heli trip at the end of the year, not at the beginning, because, yeah, it was tough to go back and ski like Red Cloud at Deer Valley, to be honest. But it's all good. I mean, you know, I've heli skied a handful of times, so it's not like I'm some crazy experienced heli skier, but it was tough. I mean, that trip was just so sick that, yeah, to then go to the lower tide in Utah, waiting in the chairlift lines and all that, but it's all good. I feel like I got AIDS. Oh, shit. Hardest ski run you've skied? Oh, man. I get this question quite a bit, and I don't really know. Maybe something on the East Walladay Basin or the pinball chute at Crystal Mountain, or something at Big Sky like the Headwaters. Anything that's really tight and narrow, I find very challenging, where you have to jump, turn through. I did some stuff in Kicking Horse like that. But yeah, nothing like sticks out to me as like that was the hardest run I've ever done. I was shot 15 and 16 at the Bird. Those are more just like, I don't know if I would say they're like hard though. You just have to commit to it. It's like, the hardest part of those is just having to stare at it and then jump into it. Those are tough. I'm not gonna lie, those are tricky too, but they're short. It's like, yeah. Yeah, we already talked about the patrol strike, but I mean, to be honest, I have no idea how long it's gonna last or anything like that. I think the reality is that the patrollers are gonna strike until they get what they want, and Vail is gonna continue to bring in outside people. So, are you gonna get some sort of stalemate? Maybe, but I don't know. I'm just you know. I would like to think that Vail and them would come to an agreement, and we can enjoy Park City the way we know it. So, My backheel, my binding moves. I mean, I don't know, Shane. I don't want to. I don't want to tell you to up your din and then have something happen. I don't. I don't exactly know what you mean. I mean, if you can stand there and just pop out of your ski, then I would say, yeah, you could up your din. Um, but the binding is supposed to move and flex as well. It's not supposed to be totally rigid. Um, but yeah, if you can lean forward like butter and you pop out, I would up your din. But just make sure your front and rear din, your toe and your heel dins are the same. You don't want to have them be not the same. Big couloir, big side, that'd be rad, yeah. New high speed sublet quad, huh? We were gonna go last week, but then they didn't have a lot open at the time, so we didn't go. Yeah, the best thing is they bring them to a shop and have them test them. But yeah, that's why I don't want to just say yeah, just up your dins because you can get very hurt with too high of dins. We'll be switching to Icon. Yeah, I mean they're gonna have to come to some sort of agreement. You would think, you know. I mean, something is gonna happen. I think Icon's better for Utah. I mean, unless you have a ski in ski out house in Park City, then yeah, Icon gets you a lot more. Um, if you're a park skier, I think Epic's the way to go because Park City really is the best park. The only other place with a park is really Brighton, and you only have 7 days there, maybe 5. So, if you're a park skier, I would go Epic, but best chairlift, in your opinion, besides the Snowbird Tram. The Stoke chair at Revelstoke. Oscar, I still have those. They're downstairs. I dismounted them and then I put them. I still have them. I still have those. So I don't really have any plans on selling those. But yeah, I still have those. I still have my 133s and I have my old White Walker 121s. Have you ever gotten injured skiing? Of course. I haven't had anything like crazy major, but I got more injured mountain biking. You can't believe I didn't catch the Cirque opening. Yeah, well, I don't think we'll be doing much Cirque skiing this year. Have I ever rode an 8-seater lift? Does Big Sky have an 8-seater? Is that lift at Big Sky an 8-seater? If so, then yes. Thoughts on old heads complaining about snowboarders? My response: maybe be better at skiing. Yeah, to be honest, man, both skiers and snowboarders mess up the trails. Um, a great snowboarder will ski circles around an average skier, so I don't really care. They just want something to complain about. I didn't notice any difference in the look pivots, to be honest. I mean, changing your DINs are really easy. Like you could do it yourself. It's just a screw, usually at the front and back of the binding. So, you're not going to hurt anything. Just, yeah. It's usually like a big posi drive, and you'll see the number change. So, yeah, I think booster straps are definitely worth it if your boot doesn't have some sort of performance strap. Some boots now have like their own version of a booster strap, but if you don't have one, I think it's an easy upgrade to get. I've never installed them, so yeah, it does look like a pain, but yeah, I think it is worth it. How's it ski since you ruined it? I actually didn't ruin it at all, man. It's a ski. What's up, Dakota? Do you think Park City is better in the summer or winter? It's a good question, man. Summer's great. Tough to beat summer in any mountain town, to be honest. Long days, the colors, all the trees are alive. Thought about live streaming your runs on Twitch. No, I've never thought about that because that means I can't record the run. And yeah, I mean, think of the logistics of live streaming a run. Yeah, I've definitely used a ski tether or a ski strap, especially on deep pow days. It sucks, dude. If you lose a ski, your day is ruined, man. So I wouldn't use one just like regular skiing, but if it's a pow day, it's never a bad idea. You ever do a video of you snowboarding? I don't know, man. I feel like that's an easy way for me to get hurt. I fall, break my wrist or something stupid. No plans to go back to Sugar Bowl soon, Gwendolyn. I went over to East Village on opening day. Video will be out soon. But there really wasn't a lot open. But I rode the new chair. It's a 6-seater, heated seats, a bubble. Super fast, quiet. Went into the hotel, had some lunch. So yeah, that video will be coming. But there's nothing crazy open. But I'll share the video. Higher den means you're a better skier. Absolutely not. That's what I'm saying. If your DIN's too high and you don't release, you're going to have a lot of problems. So DIN is it's really a product of your boot length, your height, your weight. And traditionally, a harder skier is going to need a higher DIN because they're going to put more force and flex on the boot and the ski. But your strength, right? I mean, some of you guys are 6 foot tall and you're 160 pounds. It's like, I'm sorry, but you don't need the same din that I will need at 5'10", 190 pounds. You know, so if you're 14 years old and you weigh 110 pounds, you don't need to be on a 12 din. It doesn't matter how good you think you are. It's just not. Just doesn't make sense. You know. I lost a ski in the record year. At least it's during the good year. You don't need to donate at all, Trevor. I got to get back out there, man. Has the repair held up? I mean, I only skied it like 3 times so far, but yeah, it's held up great. 4.3, 480. Deepest snow I've ever experienced? I don't know, man. I mean, I haven't experienced anything crazy deep. Maybe, 16, 18 inches realistically. Always tip the shop, guys. That's right. Yeah, CMHL's, yeah, 100%, man. The Lodge experience is so sick. I'll also ski on a POW day. Very lucky finding it. Yeah, dude, it's no good. I lost a ski once. I had to ski all the way down from McConkey's on one ski. Those who know Park City. First run of the day, POW day. Fell, lost the ski, done. Had to ski all the way back down on one freaking ski. Hi, my dad and brother are big fans. Can you say hi, Andy and Arlise, please? Hello, Andy and Arlise. Arlise. Have you been to Europe? I've never been to Europe. Never been to Europe at all. Ski tethers do you use? I don't even know. I would just type in like powder strap or powder leash. You could even get like construction flagging tape and put it on your ski. Just anything that's bright that will float to the surface. It's a real thing, man. Losing a ski in deep snow, like, do not. Yeah, you come out of a ski. The thing is that the ski will typically dive under the snow, and then it will travel underneath the snow. So you could be thinking, oh, I popped out right here. I'm gonna dig right here, but really the ski is downhill of you, 50 feet or something. Have I got a ski and didn't like it and wanted to return it? Not really, man. I mean. Get hand-me-down skis from my dad, so I was like, this is the ski I have, but Trevor with the 26-monther. I appreciate that, Trevor. What about boot flex? JC's all terrain has a 95 flex, about 5'9". What she just need to go up? I mean, again, it all kind of depends on. Boot flex is another one that's kind of personal preference. I mean, yeah, she could go higher, she could go lighter, but there's not really just like a standard measurement for boot flex. But if she feels like she's lacking the ability to put power down and all that sort of stuff, then she could go to like a 105. But if you go too stiff of a boot, you're at risk of being in the back seat a lot, because you can't power through the boot enough. So all right, guys, I think I got to wrap up the stream. Knees feel after riding the 121s? The 121s are actually super easy to ski because they're short and they're light. The 116 at 190, 200 foot skiing moguls, That's a different story. But my knees are fine. What's up with the Solomons? Those Solomons aren't mine. Those Solomons are my dad's, my sister's. My mom was deathly afraid of heights and going fast. What should I do? Not go skiing. If you're deathly afraid of heights and going fast, mastering tree skiing, it just takes time. Where do I recommend? Somewhere where aspens are. Get a new mom. There you go. The trees in Utah and Colorado are actually great for tree skiing because you don't really have risk of tree wells. You know, a lot of times people see my videos and they go, oh, this dude is stupid. He doesn't know what tree wells are. You got to know where tree wells are. If you go to Oregon, Washington, California, right, you're at more risk of tree wells because of the type of trees there. But Utah, Colorado, aspens, they don't form tree wells. So I think for learning trees, you could still hit one, right? But, you know, one of the bigger risks with trees are, landing in tree wells, suffocating, and dying. So, Ron with a 20. I'm 60, a realistic 7.5, another 20 out of my knees. You're right, man. Happy New Year. I don't think I've said it enough. 2025. We got to get you to the meetup one year, Ron. She sits in the back of her ski more than in the front of her ski, especially on steep terrain. Yeah, I mean, I would think, you're going to know if you need a stiffer boot. In my opinion. You're going to be like, holy shit, I'm touching the front, I'm touching my shin to my toes. I feel like I'm going to fall out the front. So, 10th ever super chat, Ron. I appreciate you, man. Thank you. But all right, guys, I got to jump off the stream. I appreciate you guys hanging out for an hour and a half. First stream of 2025. Check out the recent videos. There's 2 from Deer Valley and all that sort of good stuff. So, hopefully you guys had a good Christmas. Happy New Year. Follow me on Instagram if I didn't get to a question or something. Stokes Wagaga is available. All that sort of stuff. So I love you guys. Thanks for hanging out for another year, man. 2025. Started this whole thing around like 2019. So it's been almost 5-6 years.